If that's the case, shut off the social media right now. Cut it off. Lose the pride. Do you have a relationship with God? Because there's nothing worse than being stuck in place and stuck in time when life is moving. You don't have to earn his love. He already loves you. Look at what the Lord has done. I'm done. So walk in that. You are a masterpiece made in the image of God to do great things. Value obedience over comfort. Change is uncomfortable. God is a provider. The only thing I can see is the present. The future is none of my business. So what should I fear? Who shall I fear? Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, hi, I'm Ru. I make faith-based lifestyle and beauty content, all for the fact and for the purpose of glorifying God. I hope you stay a while. Please click that subscribe button. Let me see more of your beautiful faces. And yeah, let's get started. If you were watching this on the day it was posted, today is my 24th birthday. That's insane. So this is 24 things I've learned in 24 years. The first thing that I put as one of the things I've learned in my 24 years is comparison is the thief of joy. It is literally the thief of joy. Especially at 24 years old, or even 20 or whatever years old, you're seeing, and even older, older than that, you're seeing like, oh, so-and-so got married. Oh, so-and-so has a kid. Oh, so-and-so just bought a house. Oh, so-and-so just graduated. And you're just like, comparison is such a thief of joy because it makes you forget where you've been and where God has taken you. Stop looking at other people and comparing yourself and your journey to theirs, because we're all at a different place and you don't see everything. Don't get so used to comparing yourself to other people. If that's the case, shut off the social media right now. Cut it off. And just be so in love with the journey and so focused on what it is that you're doing and celebrating other people that you have no time to compare yourself to where they are. Learn to admit when you are wrong and apologize/repent quickly. Lose the pride. Admit when you are wrong, admit your mistake, and learn from it and grow, because there's so much you lose when you don't know how to apologize. 3 is serve others and give without being seen. You do not need the recognition. There's just something about serving and being a servant, because that's what Jesus did. A king was serving others, and therefore us as daughters and sons of a king need to be able to serve as well. Serve others, do it quickly and lovingly, and do not do it from the place of wanting something in return. Do it because God has called us to do it. 4. Ooh, this is a big one. 4 is have a relationship with God. You can go to church all you want, but a relationship with God is one-on-one, you to yourself, that secret place behind doors, closed doors. Do you have a relationship with God? It is the most valuable thing. I can tell you, it is the most valuable thing you will have. When you have a relationship with God and when you commune with God, God brings things like friendships that are good and God glorifying and loving and peaceful. There is something so amazing about the storm happening around you, and although you're experiencing all the effects of the storm, everything's rocking, everything's going on, but like, even then there's peace, because you know, the God that I serve will not let me get out of this dead. Peace in the midst of the storm. You have joy in the midst of chaos, in the midst of war. Have a relationship with God, not based on having to earn anything, because here's a fun fact, that you don't have to earn his love. He already loves you. He just wants to spend time with you. And that might look like you open your Bibles with 5, 10 highlighters, and that might look like you literally in tears, just sitting there. And that might look like you talking to yourself for hours, because that's what I be doing. He is so real and so close. And he is just, he's right here. He's omnipresent, right beside you right now, watching this video, telling you to click the like. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Five is forgive. Unforgiveness is bondage. But there's something about unforgiveness that makes way for bitterness and hate and things that you don't want. You don't want to be stuck up here angry for something that someone did to you years ago, and it's not even harming them, it's harming you. Forgive and get on with your life. You deserve to forgive others so you can have peace. Let that go. But yeah, it's hard. So I understand it's easier to say than it is to do, but I recommend that go ask God to help you forgive, because there's nothing worse than being stuck in place and stuck in time when life is moving. Things are happening and you're stuck in place. Gratitude. Look at what the Lord has done. In one of my past vlogs, I was talking about it in October, I think, of last year. A quote that said look around. You are in an answered prayer. Something here is answered. A prayer that's answered. And there's something about gratitude. It's just it fills you with joy. It's like God really heard me. And I'm here. God heard my prayer and I'm here. So it's just be grateful. Be grateful. You can still have troubles in your life and be grateful. You can still have problems and be grateful. See what the Lord has done. Look at what the Lord has done. If anything, you are breathing. And I thank God that you are breathing. Be grateful. I'm done. Be yourself. So social media makes you think that being an individual means you're weird. You are a masterpiece and an individual, and it would suck if everyone was the same. And we got into this place that because we're on social media, we all have to think the same and all have to like the same things and all have to do this and that. No, there is power in individuality. There is power in creativity that is your own. And there is so much so special about you. Don't change yourself for anybody. People think you're weird, they think you're weird. They're weird. And you're a masterpiece. So walk in that. You are a masterpiece made in the image of God to do great things. Not to do what other people are doing, to do great things. 8, value and invest in the relationships you have now. But the people that you have now, your family, and the people that you consider friends at this very moment, focus on them, because they will get you through some of the worst and tragic and trifling times of your life. Because one thing about it, this life, it comes to an end. And people leave forever. And hopefully you see them in heaven, but people go. And it's value the relationships with people and parents and people who you love now while you have it, because time moves, and with it life does too. So just value those people around you while you still have them, and love on them and cherish them and check in. 9 is voice what you believe in and learn to love even when differences arise. Let what you believe in be known so people know. And then when people say, oh, I disagree, learn to love them even though they disagree. This whole thing of you have to love everything I like for me to love you is crazy. Why is love coming with conditions? But you can love them and you can serve them like Jesus is king. I'm not compromising what I believe in, but I love you. Anyways, 10 is peace can look different every season. Peace will look different in every season, but you get it the same exact way. Through Jesus. You can be going through heck, a lot of stuff. And is learn to love properly. Ooh, I have to read the verse for this one. Learn to love properly. The verse is 1 Corinthians 13:4. It says, love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable and resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. I love this verse. This verse, you always kind of hear it at everybody's wedding, but this verse is so good. Love is patient and kind. Love does not boast and envy. Learn to love and love properly, because we're called to love everybody. Some of these are hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. The whole patient and kind is hard sometimes because I have an attitude. The one way to obtain all of these is to first know who love is, and that's Jesus. I'm gonna leave it on the verse because the verse did that. It did it for me. It made me really happy. It made me want to cry a little bit, but I'm not going to. Value obedience over comfort. And this is something that I am like learning myself, but obedience is something that we are required to do. If God says to go somewhere, go. Because what are you doing? Some of these are really straightforward and I don't have to like explain them, but yeah. Know your value in Christ, not just in the world. Because you know your value and it's not based just on outward appearance. Know your value so much that when people offer you things of the world, you're like, it doesn't compare. Don't let your past dictate your present and your future. God has called you to. And the thing about it is it's gone. It's in the past. It's been forgiven. Jesus died on the cross for that, right? So that you can do better, so that you can be better, so that you can be who He has called you to be. The past is gone. And don't let shame and guilt keep you from whatever it is that God has called you to. Because God saw what you did and He forgave you. So forgive yourself just as I said before. Forgive because it's bondage. Forgive and move. God's already made a way. He saw what you did. But like, He is more powerful than everything that you are thinking that. Like he conquered it all. So move. Don't go back. Don't do it again. Go forward. Glorify God in everything. The way you speak, the way you respond to things, the way you work. Do it all for the glory of God. And a lot of these things you can't do alone. Ask God for help. Learn. Don't just take everybody's word. Oof. This is when people can tell you stuff and it might not even be true. Me included. Go to the Bible for yourself. Find out for yourself. Grow and don't take everyone's word for everything that they say, because some of the things that they be saying is trash. 17. Failure isn't a stop sign. Embrace failure and grow from it and try again. Quickly, that some of these things that I've learned doesn't mean that I am not still learning it. I hate failure. I hate it. In the same breath that I say, I hate failure, I cannot lie. Failure has made me grow and become better. There is something about failure that's like, it pushes you to have to work harder. Don't stop at failure. You're gonna win. You're a conqueror. Failure does not mean it's not for you. It might take a little bit more than just one failure, maybe 5, maybe 8. And it sucks each and every time. I'm not gonna lie to you. It sucks each and every time. Failure stop you from doing whatever it is that God called you to do, period. Next. I keep talking too much. 18. Just because you didn't intend to do that doesn't mean that it did not cause pain. So apologize. Intend for it to happen doesn't mean that it didn't cause pain, or it didn't cause destruction, or it didn't cause this or that. So apologize, because you're still in the wrong. How you react to things is your responsibility. You're responsible for what they did, but you're responsible for what you do. 20, actually. Change is inevitable, but God doesn't change. I love change. Change is uncomfortable, but change is important and change is necessary. Realize that even in the change, God is still present and God is still God. You might feel lost, but you're right where you are meant to be. I think something that I have to remember, there's something that also goes with the failure one. Something that I have to remember is that my failure and my lack there of direction does not stop God from doing what he has to do. Like, God is bigger and stronger and more powerful than any incompetence that I have. God is a provider. Rely on him for your wants and your needs. Yes, he's the provider and he's the sustainer. And the problem is when you rely on yourself for everything, you say yes to everything. Even when it's not intended for you. You say yes. And it's like God is a provider. That job, he's gonna provide. That friendship, he's gonna provide. That relationship, he's going to provide. Stop trying to put things into your own hands. Allow yourself to be so accustomed to his presence that when things are offered to you that are not from God, you don't want them. You know what I mean? Like, he's the provider, and so he will provide. You need rent, he got you. Just ask. Honestly, just ask. He's a provider, and sometimes the providing will look like losing something, but you always gain something. You're gonna always gain something. Oh, this kind of goes with the last one. Take a Sabbath. Take Sabbath. Observe Sabbath. Rest. Or else your body gonna do it for you. I saw someone say that, like, rest, because if you won't, your body will do it for you. And in a time that is not when you want it to happen. People are like, I'll rest when I'm dead. That might be sooner if you keep acting like that. Be for real. 24 is mind your business. The future is in God's hands. What is beyond my sight? The only thing I can see is the present. The future is none of my business because I can't see it. But he is there. So what should I fear? Who shall I fear? There's like a verse that's like, Proverbs 16:9, and it says, In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. So you can make all the plans you want, but the Lord is the reason you're gonna get where you're supposed to get to. So therefore, mind your business. Life is good. And life is not easy, but life is great. And I'm thankful for 24. But in the growth that I've experienced, I cannot say thank you enough to God for it. And I'm excited for what God's going to do. And who knows? Who knows? So I'm just like, I'm so excited. And in that same breath, no matter if you just had a past birthday or you're going to have one in the near future this year or next year, yours coming, and you are good and you are blessed, and I'm grateful for you, and I hope you're grateful for you. He's so good, and he's so patient and loving and caring, and honestly, I don't deserve a lot of what he gives, but he still gives it, and I'm thankful for that. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
It's not that I don't